Alright, and welcome back everyone to the Osu Taiko World Cup Quarterfinals. We're here with another losers bracket match. It's going to be Canada versus the Russian Federation. And I'm Ethan, I'm joined by Janitor.
Hello, glad to be back to support my country.
Yep, you have all of the deets as it's your country, so you're going to predict all the picks.
Of course. Well, it'd be a real shame if I got any of them wrong. But of course, this will be totally unbiased commentary. Russia is still running with their triple Shala. I'm not sure if they've changed their names yet, but they've been doing relatively well for themselves in the past week or two.
Yeah, they had a pretty good losers bracket. They had a pretty good match in losers round 1 against Denmark.
Yeah, and a relatively close match against Philippines in the round 32.
Yeah. It looks like the role winner will be Russia. And we seeing Nomad 5 being banned by Canada and Hidden 1 being banned by Russia.
I think we're going to see a lot more of these bans in the future. Probably the two hardest maps to learn in the pool.
Yeah, weren't these the exact same bans as last match? That we
Yes,
just saw?
they were.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Hidden 1 is tricky, and usually Nomad 5s are quite tricky, so it is understandable, but it is kind of funny. And Nomad 1, okay. It's literally the exact same as last match. That is unreal, alright.
I suspect it's because Nomad 1 is by quite a margin the easiest map in the pool, and Nomad 5 and Hidden 1 are the hardest.
Yeah, and I could see lower seeded teams wanting to pick like Nomad 1 and stuff.
Yeah, it's just the most accessible.
Okay, I think this is a decent pick for Russia. This definitely seems like a map that they would do pretty decent on.
Yeah, just good consistency overall. But, of course, consistency teams in early rounds doesn't necessarily translate very well when you start getting into really hard maps from quarterfinals onwards.
Yeah, and it is a question of, I guess, will this pool skill cap them in any way?
Yeah, I think both teams might have a few issues with being skill capped, honestly.
Yeah, that is fair. I feel like any team that isn't like top 8 seeded are probably going to start having issues this pool.
Yeah, it's hard to blame them though, everything is really hard.
That's usually how it goes. Once you get to quarters, it starts really ramping up in difficulty and people start hitting skill cap.
Okay, I believe in every map except for one so far, Nomad 5's been banned.
Wow. Has it been played yet?
No, because it's been banned every single match.
Oh my goodness.
Hidden 1 has been banned in I think 3. So in every match, one of Nomad 5 or Hidden 1 has been banned.
Okay, there's some minor problems on the Canada side. They need to get their third player in a couple of seconds. Okay, wait, they don't have a third player.
Okay, this is turning into a 2v3.
This is gonna be tough for Canada. unlike in other game modes, a 2 versus 3 is pretty difficult. In standard, it's technically doable if the other team misses a lot. In this game mode, it's very difficult. And also the scorebar will be kind of cursed. It'll just show 1,000,000 by default for the third player. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, I think maybe Canada's not all that well prepared.
Yeah, it appears their third player might have gone banchoed a bit. And then get the invite in time, but it looks like they have their third.
Okay, thankfully, everything is finally organized. I think some teams are way more organized than others. Like in terms of having preset rosters for maps, maybe substitutions. Other teams do a lot of, let's say, improvisation.
Oh. Did not just hear something drop? That was nothing. But yeah, now we're starting up with Nomad 1, all the players in the lobby. Very
Thankfully.
Nice. Now we have a match.
I think this is the first time we've seen Honkers playing this tournament.
You might be correct on that. I need to check that.
It's definitely weird not having a Screwed or Dizzy, who are normally fairly strong players for Canada. Oh,
yeah.
No Shalom. Really this.
Some more misses from Rolshala.
SMG3 though, doing really well. I think this is their first TKC, but they've been doing really well on the maps they've subbed in so far.
Yeah, I mean, their accuracy is quite good right now, although just as we start talking about them, they do pick up a miss. So does Barry and Taiko Shella.
Well, the accuracy is still quite good.
Yeah, their accuracy is the highest in the lobby. Denik is not too far behind them, but yeah. They keep up this accuracy. It's gonna help out Canada a lot. Currently, the accuracy lead is heavily in favor for Canada, just because Rolshala is struggling to hold their accuracy together a bit. Oh, but a miss from Barry, though, that could start changing things.
It's getting really scary for Canada.
Oh
my
a couple
god.
misses from Honkers, and Taiko Shella and Rolshala. Oh my, just so many misses. Unfortunately, those misses give Canada the lead now. And now it favors Canada once again. Close to the map. Looks like it'll be an early break point, but a miss could change things. Oh, and a miss from SMG3 and Taiko Shella!
2 misses, and I think that hurts Canada, but they should still be able to hold it.
Yeah, there's not enough map left.
Oh my god!
Wait, a miss from SMG3! What? Oh my gosh! You give me a heart attack, don't do that!
That's almost the curse of a lifetime. They don't have nearly enough time, but
they don't have enough time, but I think they did. Apparently they did.
If this map had like maybe 20 more nodes, Canada might have actually lost.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Canada is giving me a heart attack, yeah. Yeah, that's an early break point. That is quite unfortunate for Russia.
Alright, SMG3 definitely anchored Canada's score there with his accuracy, even despite that late miss. I think one thing Canada does benefit from, though, is both a stronger free mod roster overall, as well as Barry being just an overall strong late pool player.
Alright, we're going into hidden 2. Yeah, I don't think Russia is too much of a hidden team. They can play it, but they're not like a hidden team.
Yeah, Canada has 2 very strong hidden players in Askrud and Dizzy.
Yeah, and we're seeing a Screw come in.
Yeah, and on 3v3, if you have 2 players really good at something, that's usually a good enough reason to pick it.
Yeah. Oh, might be seeing a swap. Oh, looks like we're seeing a swap from Russia. Crocodile coming in. I don't think we've seen them play a lot for Russia in PWC
That's
this year.
A lot of new faces coming in. I think teams are starting to have to dig kind of deep when all the maps are getting a bit crazier.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to just rely on one player to kind of just carry.
It's also a viable strategy if you have enough depth in your team to just assign players for just a few maps and make them focus really hard on it.
Yeah, because trying to practice a full pool can be really draining. And then putting that kind of pressure on like 3 players can be really hard. Getting started, hidden 2. Canada's first pick. So far, a pretty substantial accuracy lead.
Yeah, Dizzy holding on to the highest accuracy in the room. Russia not having nearly as fun of a time.
Yeah, they're holding all their combos for now, but with that kind of accuracy, their combos are going to be pretty shaky. They're going to need to rely on quite a few misses from Canada for them to be able to take this. Everyone's still holding on to an FC, though, but let's see how long that holds on for now, because Crocodile and Wolfshell, they have very scary accuracy. Oh, no,
Oh.
it's screwed!
Missing on the start of the slow part.
That's unfortunate, but it was only 1 miss, and they do have the accuracy advantage still, so it's still in favor of Canada.
Yeah, in Taiko the threshold is somewhere around 2-ish%, where even after a miss you should still have an accuracy lead. I mean a score lead over the opponent. It is genuinely kind of impressive that everyone else is still holding on to a full combo, even despite some shakier accuracies.
Oh, another miss from a screw, but it's only 1 miss. It's still just the accuracy advantage is so in favor of Canada. It's really tough for Russia to come back into this.
Yeah, even though Russia has 3 full combos.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh, okay. 1 full combo for Russia, but
no.
0 full combos for Russia. And yeah, Canada does take it.
Well, 1 full combo from Barry, which it's not possible to curse him now because we're at this result screen.
Yeah, it just really came down to accuracy, honestly, at the end. Like, Russia had pretty good combos for most of the map, but just the accuracy difference from both of the teams was too substantial for anything to really happen.
Yeah, it's just the difficult thing. The Taiko scoring works somewhere around, I think, 70 AC, 30 combo, or maybe it was 80-20. Oh god, no, 4.
Okay. Interesting. Mini tiebreaker.
Yeah, I thought this map would be a lot less popular, but as it turns out, when every other map is kind of really polarizing, you just gravitate towards the map that has a little bit of everything for everyone. Yeah, it seems like Russia really doesn't want to go to the mods just yet.
Yeah. They're gonna have to soon, though, unless they want to go for, like, Nomad 3 for their next pick.
Yeah, they could do that. I don't know how comfortable they are at 300 BPM, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think they would be a decent speed team, but I don't know if they're gonna be comfortable enough in order to pick it.
Tricky thing is that round of 16 speed is a whole different world from quarterfinal speed.
Yeah, it's a big jump up for this pool.
Alright, it seems like Taiko Shala is subbing back in for Russia. Canada staying the same.
I wonder if we'll see all the Shalas at once this match. I don't believe we've seen full out Shala. Yeah, we have not.
Yeah, maybe he's conserving his power for the inevitable no one pick.
Yeah, you can't waste the ult too early. You have to wait. you have to give them time.
Yeah, it can be a very high pressure situation, especially if there's some like sudden development for one of the leaders and you have to just decide really quickly who has to play what. Oh, Roll Shala missing on the the D KKK string, which is awful for rolling.
Oh, Dizzy with some misses. Barry as well.
Oh, whoops. What's that?
Lead goes right over to Russia's side in the break. Screwed is the only FC for Canada. Now the pressure's on them, but their accuracy is kind of struggling. They're around 97%. All of Canada is actually kind of struggling accuracy-wise just a little bit. At least compared to Russia overall. Actually, Roll Shala is also struggling. It's just Denik and Taiko Shala.
Yeah, Roll Shala seems to be playing full roll for this map, and there's a lot of not roll-friendly patterns in it, a lot of DKD, KDK alternating patterns at a relatively high BPM.
Getting into a really speedy section now. Let's see if everyone keeps on with their combos. Roll Shala missing on the finishers.
It's okay for him to miss because he already missed before. It's more important for Taiko Shala and Denchik to really hold things together.
Yeah. His aim was a miss. Oh no, Denik with a miss? Okay. Now Taiko Shala is the only, like, really substantial combo for Russia. If they drop, things could start changing pretty quickly. They need to hold on in this slowdown.
Just to say that Roll Shala having some issues in the slowdown, but should stabilize for them. Screw missing though.
Oh man, Taiko Shala's accuracy is insane right now. 99.9%. They are just destroying this map.
Yeah, they're helping so much. The only player above 500k, just everyone else finding a whole bunch of misses.
2 players on the side of Canada finding some misses. No real substantial combos for Canada now. This is looking really tricky for them in the second half. But there is still a whole second half, so still got a bit of map to go.
Taiko Shala is just destroying this map. His teammates are not really all that far behind. Barry the only one who's really close.
Denik picks up a miss. Craig and Dizzy trading. Lead is still pretty heavily in favor of Russia. Canada need to get their combos up for a chance to be able to take this. Miss from Disney is going to make things really difficult. Taiko Shala dropping their full combo.
Finally missing, but he's already built up a 40-50k score lead all by himself.
And they still have 99.6% accuracy. They're the only player in the room with above 99%, and it's a high 99% at that.
Yeah, this is more of what I was expecting how teams would do on this map. This is really, really difficult.
Just a lot of misses from pretty much everyone aside from Taiko Shala, but overall it's heavily favoring Russia. There just isn't really enough map to come back, although Taiko Shala does pick up another miss. Dizzy trades it though, and Russia's going to take their first point of the match. Very impressive score there from Taiko Shala. That was crazy.
Yeah, Taiko Shala and Denchik well above 950k. No one on Canada, except Barry, even close to that. Alright, now it's Canada's turn to respond. I think it's really weird. You wouldn't expect Canada to really get skill capped as hard as Russia would, but it seems like Taiko Shala and Denchik are really holding things together on that front. If that's the case, maybe also want to be avoiding one too. Canada probably having a slight advantage on the free mod, but they need to stop missing all over the place.
Yeah, if they don't build up combos, it's going to be pretty tough for them to win maps. But still, I do think they have the overall accuracy advantage on most maps. So it could be very interesting. It could be kind of just accuracy versus combo, potentially. I thought you were saying HR1.
Oh, that's interesting.
I wasn't really expecting this. I was kind of expecting maybe like maybe a no mod 2, maybe a free mod. Or DT1.
I think Russia is perfectly happy going into hard rock instead of like hidden or free mod. Well, they can't go into hidden, but free mod.
Very no map chat mindset.
Well, I would assume he's not playing this, unless this is their plan.
Interesting. They're still in. Maybe Barry just didn't update the map? If there was an update? Not sure.
Or it could be a psychological strategy.
Oh, dude, I'm 2000 IQ.
I've always wondered if it would be worth it to, after you finish practicing the map, just delete it. So it shows that you don't have the map, but you've already practiced it.
Do that with the entire pool and just say you're sight reading the entire pool.
It just SS everything. A lot of psychological damage.
Dude, that would be some huge psychological damage to go against someone who just God modes an entire pool in sight read.
Alright, so Nanner's subbing in. It seems like they're relying on their overall stronger accuracy on mods.
Apparently Canada with an early accuracy lead, not too surprising. Rolshala with a miss. Actually dropping below 98%. Giving Canada a pretty substantial lead as they are all above 99% currently.
Yeah, Canada's strategy of bringing in Nanners, thanks to fresh face, seems to be working out quite well, because they also holding incredible accuracy on this.
Well, Nanners drops below 99%. Roshala's almost recovered their combo. But their accuracy is still a bit on the lower end, which is causing Canada to still have a pretty substantial lead.
Yeah, everyone holding on their full combo still, so it's all down to accuracy.
Yeah, everyone aside from Rolshala, which missed earlier, but now they're above the 400 combo cap. So they're going to be hitting the same score as everyone else from now on, as long as they keep up their combo.
Yeah, this is not the dynamic I expected, but it seems like Canada overall is favored on the easier accuracy-oriented maps. Russia might be... Oh,
that miss from Barry, though.
Hopefully not.
Oh, and a miss from Nanners.
Soon.
This is huge for Russia. This is the only combo for Canada. There's not... I don't know if there's enough map left.
Oh my god, it's getting really close.
It's flipping over!
Oh my god!
It flips over last second and Russia takes the point, tying it up with a break point! Oh my goodness, those misses at the very end from Canada!
Oh god,
ended up causing...
I'm so sorry.
Oh, the curse. The curse, oh my goodness.
Oh my god, so there was a difficulty spike at the end with a 1/8, which is what Nanners and Barry ended up missing on.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty mean pattern. Everyone on the side of Russia ended up hitting it. That's pretty funny.
Oh my god. That is really bad for Canada, though. I don't know if they are comfortable going with some of the other maps.
That's a bit interesting that they went for HR. I wasn't really expecting the HR pick. I was kind of expecting Russia to kind of go into that.
I think it's a good idea in theory if you just imagine Canada as the kind of accuracy team and Russia as the consistency team.
Yeah.
Or the easier and harder maps respectively. The risky thing though is that to be the accuracy team and win, you have to also match combo enough so that your accuracy will let you win.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting dynamic, I think, between these two teams. That's starting to appear.
And the tricky thing too is that most of the matches so far have been like 6-1 or 6-0. If the match gets closer, you're not going to have any choice but to pick some of the maps which teams have deliberately been avoiding.
Yeah. Looks like Nomad 3 will be the next pick. I'm not too shocked by this, because Russia does seem like a team that would be pretty good at speed.
Yeah, I do think this is a bit risky though, because Canada has multiple good speed players as well. Russia using the power Shalai, I suppose, with taiko Shalai and Rolshala staying in. Canada presumably still being powered by Mitsuru.
Do you think the Shala buff from Russia is enough to beat Maple Syrup, though?
It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. I mean, taiko Shalai has actually been doing incredibly well so far in this match. Canada kind of swapping who is their like best player, which I think is maybe their issue this year, that they don't have like one or two super standouts. They have to play more as a team.
Yeah, they don't really just have like one player that's guaranteed to be on literally every single pick.
Though Barry has been playing everything so far.
Yeah. I think Barry is like kind of just their all-rounder sort of player that'll be on every single map, but they might not be MVPing everything necessarily.
There's
just
also
like a really good second to third player.
Yeah, definitely. It's also a bit of a funny dynamic with both teams having players being stuck in places that are pretty cold. But, well, if you want to warm yourself up, then make sure to buy one of the TWC banners to keep yourself warm for only $2.50 USD. Support either team or any team currently still in the tournament, or even the ones that are eliminated if you want.
Alright, getting into the map. Danik with some early misses. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of misses now. Taiko Shaladizai also missing, but still, all those misses from Danik earlier. Oh my, that's so many misses there from Roshala as well. Russia is starting to fall apart on this map.
Yeah, maybe their practices went different, but this is looking like a bit of a questionable pick from Russia.
Yeah. Oh, Honker's missing on the slow section. Roshala also gonna be missing. Russia's gonna need a huge drop from Canada for things to start changing. They need like an entire pattern drop from like multiple players.
Taiko Shalas still doing well, but he can't really do this alone.
Honker's missing. Barry with a pretty good combo. So misses from the side of Canada, but it's only just a couple of misses. It's not really enough to change things.
Russia is stabilizing a bit, but it's not quite enough.
Yeah, and Canada will be taking that. Barry with an FC. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, not sure that was a play. Canada, if nothing else, has always been a decent speed team at heart.
Yeah.
Question is, yeah, I don't know. What does Canada even pick, though?
Yeah, I think Canada, while they aren't like known as the speed team, they are always been known as a pretty good speed team. So like if you're gonna pick speed into them, you better be pretty confident in winning it.
Certainly, though. If Russia did full combo everything or have slightly better consistency, it would have been possible. It's just the execution wasn't quite there.
Yeah, they sort of started to stabilize towards the end, but it was just not enough. Those misses at the beginning were just too much.
I don't know what Canada would pick, though. I would assume they would want to go for free mod. Like, they have a strong free mod roster, but they don't seem to want to.
They aren't picking it yet. Okay, looks like we're seeing free mod too, which is arguably one of the harder free mods.
That's... wow, I did not expect that free mod, I'll say that.
Okay.
I also don't think... has this been picked yet?
Maybe. I haven't been keeping up with stats to 100% know that.
It has been picked, but clearly not a popular map.
Yeah. I guess maybe it's hitting that kind of middle ground of like, where it's not really bad enough that people are gonna ban it necessarily, but people aren't gonna want to pick it either because it's a bit scary.
Yeah, if nothing else, Nobot 5 has been attracting most of the bans.
Yeah.
None of the free mods this week are really anti-mod. Like, they're all pretty friendly for mods. The thing is just that free mod 2 is hardcore swing, and that's just really awkward to read with mods.
Yeah, unless you're really used to it.
Yeah, swing is still one of those skill sets that most people are not really good at.
Okay, these are some interesting mods. Barry going with no mod, so is Denig. Scroot and Crocodile going with Hidden, and Dizzy with Hidden Hard Rock. Taiko Shala, the only HR player. Both teams with a no mod player, it's interesting. But Canada will have the mod advantage overall.
Taiko Shala missing, but a lot of misses from, oh god, Crocodiles.
Oh.
Having a good time.
They are struggling. Yeah, that's gonna help out Canada a lot, especially because they already have the mod advantage. So the pressure's on Russia to keep up their combos. Oh, first note out of the break, Dizzy picks up a miss. That is a little bit unfortunate for them.
That's the hidden hard rock syndrome right there.
Not allowed to blink.
Yeah, but Crocodile is so behind that it's looking really bad for Russia.
Barry picks up some misses, but yeah, just Crocodile dropping under 90%. That is really tough for Russia.
And more importantly, Vize with fantastic accuracy on hidden hard rock. Hacking this swing map, well, I mean, Zag's a bit worse now, but still, that's really good accuracy.
Yeah, their accuracy is quite close to like Screwed, who's playing with Hidden. But yeah, I just think it's quite hard for Russia to really have a chance in this unless Crocodile gets up their combo in accuracy just a little bit.
And in fact, the biggest piece of mod privilege you can see is that Dizzy, despite having 2 separate misses and 1% lower accuracy than Denshik on no mod, currently full comboing, has like 40,000 higher score.
Yeah. That's just how Hidden Hard Rock goes. If you can play it, you get rewarded quite nicely.
Yeah, don't let the star rating fool you. This is probably one of the harder maps in the pool. Just people are not really good at swing.
Yeah, swing is one of those things that this SR system doesn't necessarily calculate the same as like speed or something. So it can be undervalued in the star rating system.
Yeah, it's mostly hard to get good accuracy and also can be hard to read with mods, just because you have less time to really process all the doublets.
Yeah, this is just going to be a pretty decisive win for Canada. There is not much Russia can do.
Yeah, it's just a good strategic pick.
Yeah, it just looks like Russia kind of just didn't really have anyone who was capable of really playing Hidden on that map, unfortunately.
Look at that Vize with only 3 misses hitting hard rock, 99%.
Yeah, very solid scores from Canada.
By quite a decent margin, the best score in the lobby.
Yeah, now it's gonna be 4-2. Russia has the next pick, but they're still down a break point.
Alright, but it's Russia going to pick now. I thought they would go with... Oh, okay.
Okay.
DT1.
I wasn't really expecting DT1 from Russia, okay.
Yeah, kind of another hard map. It's like a heck map with weird SV, and because of the way DT interacts with OD, this is actually one of the hardest accuracy maps in the pool as well.
Yeah, that's how DT1 goes a lot of the time, where it just ends up being technically the hardest accuracy map in the pool, just because of how DT works.
I thought they would go with Nomad 2 instead, but this actually still makes sense, I think.
Yeah, if they can act DT, then it could be a pretty good pick.
For these kinds of maps, the big question is, do you have 3 players? And if not, who's going to come in for it?
Canada appears to be, once again, struggling to get their third player.
It's going to be hard for a lot of teams, I think, to find a good third player for DT1. It's just not an easy map.
Kind of the same sort of thing as like Hidden 2, where it's just it's a gimmick that's kind of hard to find like 3 people who can play it. I don't think we've seen DT1 play too much in matches.
Yeah, I don't think teams want to be playing this.
Yeah.
Especially not Canada's third player, who apparently is staying as far as they possibly can.
Unfortunately, they are being forced to play DT1.
Alright, well, Canada has to pick someone to go in because
yeah,
you can slot one for the odd, if nothing else. The interesting thing too is this map shouldn't be too bad for rolling, so I think Roshala should be able to handle this, maybe.
the roll buff.
Yeah, the roll tech buff.
Yeah, when it comes to being a role player and playing tech maps, you're either going to be very good at tech patterns or you're going to die on it. Just depends on the pattern.
Or how strong your right hand is, or your dominant hand.
Gotta get the finger workouts in, so you can hit the 1-6.
Alright, Nanner's coming in, which I'm assuming this means he's not comfortable on it, but he does do well on weird maps for whatever reason, so...
Yeah. They are a player who can do pretty well on these kind of maps, for sure. Pretty shaky accuracy from both Barry and Dizzy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the free accuracy part.
Yeah, and that's kind of a scary sign. Right, getting into more techie section of the map. So far, Russia has the accuracy lead. Nanners with a miss.
Oh my god. That is a massive lead right there because Nanners tanked the stream.
Oh no, and Nanners is dropping down to below 95% there for a moment. Dizzy also with a miss. Barry, this is an entire team wipe for Canada.
Meanwhile, Taiko Shala just without a care in the world at close to 99%. Everyone else on Russia still full combo despite 95% accuracies.
Yeah. Usually 95% accuracy be death sentence, but on this map it looks like everyone's kind of doing that, aside from Taiko Shala.
At this point, 95% is a luxury. Only 3 players.
Yeah. This is a really brutal map for Canada. They are struggling a lot. Roll Shala does pick a miss, so does Denik, but Taiko Shala is just... What is that accuracy? Oh, they do pick up some misses at the end, but it's just too little too late, really. And Russia takes the point. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've seen a 5-player B rank.
Oh,
that is crazy.
Most people aren't even above 900k.
I can't believe Taiko Shala got above 1 mil. That helped out Russia so much, because they were kind of starting to tank a little bit at the end. But, like, yeah, just having that player with literally 300k ahead of everyone else helps a lot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was... Honestly, I understand why Russia didn't pick it earlier, because it's really hard to gauge how teams will do on a map that's so hard that most people are getting, like, B rank range scores. But that was just complete dominance from Russia.
Yeah, that was just like, overall, just, they were just playing better on it. It seemed to come down to Taiko Shala can play it, and everyone else is gonna struggle.
Yeah. I mean, you don't very often have solo carry maps for Taiko, just because of the way scoring works. But I think it's fair to say Taiko Shala hard carried that map.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often. Having someone who literally carried a map that hard, that doesn't happen often. I have to get props to them for that.
The question is, what does Canada respond with? They're quickly running out of options. They don't want DT2. They'll go with Fremont 1, which I think is probably the best.
Yeah, that's statistically thinking, at least in my mind, I'm thinking Fremont 1 is one of the better maps for them to play.
Yeah, it should in theory be really heavily favored for Canada, because they just have better Fremont players overall. But I think maybe they're just feeling a bit shaky on the 1-6.
Yeah, and that continues up. I mean, if Russia gets a break point, things will start getting tied up.
I would assume Canada pretty easily has mod advantage. The question is, are they consistent enough to actually have that matter?
They definitely have the accuracy on paper, but they need to keep up their combos as well. I guess we'll just have to see what kind of mods we're working with.
Another thing too is that at this point of the match, if Russia gets a breakpoint and then wins on their own map, then that automatically puts them at tiebreaker range, which I think from what we've seen so far seems like it would favor Russia.
Yeah, with Nomad 4 being kind of a mini tiebreaker, it kind of gives a sneak peek at what could be.
Oh my god, 2-hit hard rocks.
Oh, Canada, oh my goodness. This could backfire, but this could also be wonderful for Canada, potentially, if they can play double hidden hard rock. Taiko Shala with an early miss.
Alright, interesting miss.
Shala also with a miss. That's not that great for Russia because Canada has a pretty substantial mod advantage.
These are some really bizarre misses. Russia just having negative consistency on the easy maps, but doing extremely well on the hard ones for some reason.
Yeah. I think their best bet is hoping that the hidden hard rock players on the side of Canada just like note lock on some of the harder techie patterns on this map that here later on. Denik was like a lot of misses there. Oh no, that's gonna make things really difficult for Russia. Nanders does pick up a miss. They do drop their full combo. Still, things are very heavily in favor for Canada.
Yeah, Screw's accuracy also dropping significantly, but holding not
on. Oh my, that's God. A lot of misses from Canada. Oh my, that is so many misses from Canada. It actually evens it out, kind of. Oh my goodness. Dizzy is the only combo for Canada. They need to hold on, or else things will start flipping over very drastically. Shala with some misses.
Alright, the good thing for Canada is that a Screw, despite all those misses, is still ahead of Denchik.
Wow. Oh my
god.
So many misses. It's so hard to tell what's happening. Pretty much the entire lobby has been wiped combo-wise. But still, things are so heavily in favor of Canada off of accuracy. It's just pure mod advantage.
Alright, Dizzy still holding things together. Nanners not doing too hot on some of those, but still doing better than Denchik, so that's good enough.
And Canada takes it and sets themselves to match point. A very shaky point, to be honest. That looked kind of scary for Canada, but they kept holding on just enough, and they were able to take the point pretty decisively when all was said and done.
Yeah, Canada really heavily relying on Dizzy to carry them on the free mod maps.
Yeah, they are the only one above 1 million. And now... Yeah.
Said that at the exact same time.
Yep. Calculated, I swear.
Russia about to go with their last pick of the match. Either they lose and the match is over, or they win and Canada gets the last pick. That is not what I thought they would pick, but...
Okay. I mean, if HR1 went well, maybe HR2?
Yeah, could be. I thought they would have enough momentum to go into like AT2 or something.
Wait, full alt Shala's alive. Yo. We're seeing the last of the Shalas playing.
Oh no, they've assembled this Ixodonia. They're going to be unspotted.
Russia's been hiding their full power till now.
Yeah, I don't know if a full alt player would want to sub in for Hard Rock 2 though.
I mean, if they play a lot of HR, it could work out, but yeah. Generally, HR2s are kind of left to like the role players and stuff.
A lot of single tapping. Oh no, he is coming in.
They are coming in, yeah. It would be kind of nice to see all three of them playing at once, though. That would be glorious. I believe they did that in the previous matches, but I think the pool's getting hard enough now that you have to use all your players, of course.
Of course. Alright, Canada rolling with Barry instead of a Scroot, which I think has been their Hard Rock squad for this entire tournament. I think in theory Canada should be favored just from their rosters, but this match has been incredibly messy from both sides, so I don't know how this will go.
Yeah. It just feels like every single time I try to predict something, it just goes horribly wrong. Because in theory, HR1 favored Canada, but Russia ended up taking it. And now Russia have to take this point, and all the rest of the points of the match are to stay in the tournament. A lot of the pressure's on them.
Oh, that was a weird miss from Dizzy.
Yeah. Light misread from them, but thankfully it was only like one miss.
Yeah, this map is almost 4 minutes long, so it's not too bad in the grand scheme of things.
We'll give Russia the early lead for now on. Slight accuracy lead also favor. Oh my, but those misses from full out Shala. Also tanked their accuracy quite a bit, and now the lead's back in favor of Canada.
Yeah, full alt just missing on an entire pattern. Taiko Shala also missing at the start of the Ki.
Yeah, the combo is super heavily in favor of Russia now. Or not Russia's Canada, oh my goodness.
It's close enough. Oh my god, everyone is missing.
Oh, a lot of combo drops.
Yeah, and you can see Dizzy has recovered really well. 99.3 high score in the lobby.
Canada has the lead, but it could definitely flip over still. There is another half the map to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of dense parts of this map, so Canada has the accuracy lead so far, but that could change in an instant.
Russia needs to hold on their combos now. It's kind of do or die. Oh, two misses on the side of Canada! Now Dizzy's the only combo left for Canada, really.
Well, that's the important one to keep, because Nanos and Barry, I don't think we're at the combo cap yet.
Oh, well, but some more misses from Barry.
Yeah, well, it matters more if you keep missing.
Oh, Denik does trade it, though. Oh, Mr. Taiko Shala as well.
Yeah, it's just full out Shala holding the combo down for Russia. Meanwhile, Dizzy, almost at 99.5.
Dizzy is carrying right now. Can they keep it up, though? Things are favoring Canada, but still, there is a chance for Russia to be able to come back into this. It definitely relies a lot on Dizzy and another player from the side of Canada missing. Their time is running out. If Canada holds on to their combos, they're just going to take it.
Yeah, no more flashbacks to what happened in Hard Rock 1 Canada. Seems to be holding really strong now. Well,
oh, Anders does pick up a miss, but still, that's not enough for things to start changing. It looks like Canada has this in the bag, and they do. They will be taking the match 6-3. GG well played to Canada. GG well played to Russia as well.
Yeah, that was a fantastic score from Dizzy there, making up a big chunk of the difference in the score.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that was a losers bracket match, so that means we will be saying goodbye to Russia, as they will be being knocked out of the tournament. And Canada will be moving on through the losers bracket, where they will be facing Malaysia tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, that seems like a really hard match. Malaysia, I think, being a bit of a different team than Russia, to say the least, in terms of really strong accuracy, maybe not as good on some of the really hard maps, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be a pretty good match, though. I mean, seeding-wise, it is close, but yeah, Malaysia is definitely a team that plays a lot better than their seeding would suggest. So they are kind of a scary team to face against in the next round for Canada.
Yeah, Malaysia has historically been just on the cusp of being a great team, just falling a little bit short each year, but this could be their year.
Yeah. I mean, their bracket looks pretty decent for them. Well, they do have a tough match. If they do win against Canada, they have to face the loser of Italy versus South Korea, which is a very tough match. So if Malaysia do get that far, that is a pretty tough match for them. Yeah, that's thinking super in the future. We haven't even seen Canada versus Malaysia yet. Alright, well, that'll be it for the stream for a little while. Next match will be in about, let's see, like an hour and a half from now. That'll be the United States versus the United Kingdom. And that's going to be a pretty kind of exciting match. I don't know. That kind of looks like a match that could be pretty hype on paper.
Yeah, two teams that have historically been just right outside of the top echelon, now facing each other. I think it's really exciting. Despite the fact that for some reason the pick'ems seem to really favor the US, I think it's a very even match.
Yeah, 95% of people on the pick'ems favor the United States, which is kind of surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
But let's see, maybe the pick'ems are right, and the United States wins pretty decisively, or maybe the UK gets a pretty nice upset. They move on through the winner's bracket. Guess we'll have to wait and find out for that. Definitely stay tuned for that match, guys. We'll be going out for a bit, but we'll see y'all then.